My name is Zachary West. I'm 28 years old, and I became Muslim 6 years ago when I was 22. Serving in the Catholic Church, serving as an altar boy, was, I think, very integral. I was in church one day and they were, I don't really remember any sermons from, or they call them homilies in Catholic Church, except for one, which was the priest was talking about the first 3 commandments. He's talking about the commandment of not making idols or graven images of God. And so I got into the car with my father while we were waiting for the girls to come out, and I said, Dad, we believe Jesus is God, right? And he said, yeah. And I said, so Dad, if that is not what we know Jesus looked like, and we believe he's God, then doesn't that make the sculpture hanging above the priest's head a graven image or a false image? And my dad said, yeah, Zach, it does. I took a comparative religions course in my sophomore year of high school. Our section on Islam was delivered very well by a nice Mormon lady. I remember turning to my friend, my best friend was taking the class with me, it was an elective. And I turned next to him, I leaned across the road to him and I said, hey, Ryan, why don't we believe this? Most people, they're not as convinced of God as I am. And that if I go down this path, then I'm just gonna be ostracized by everybody. And I'm gonna be the biggest loser in school. I'm not gonna have any friends. Again, I'm just gonna be like this crazy God nut. I started to get scared because I didn't know anything. I didn't know much about Muslims, and I knew I was so angry over the wrongs that were being done in the world and what I was studying in school. I was very angry, and so I started to become concerned and worried that if I become Muslim, am I going to become a terrorist? Am I going to have to fight and become like one of these guys? I didn't know I didn't know that anything about suicide bombing or any of this stuff or any of the proofs that some of these people use, and so I didn't know, is that what the religion is going to demand of me? Because then, if I accept this thing, I'm going to take all of it. And before you go on a trip, you buy a book, and to read on the flight down and in your spare time. And so I bought a translation of the Quran, and then I read an ayah, a verse in the Quran. We sent this book to confirm the other books before it, so that you could know it was the truth, and choose like the best of them. I wasn't going to change, and I wasn't going to become any sort of bad person, but that this was the religion that I always believed in. This is just a building on. This is only going to empower all the things from the Bible that made me such a strong believer from the beginning, and is going to fuel that. And so that's when I took my Shahada. When I said I believe there is no God but God, and that Muhammad is the messenger of God. It was like a veil was rent from something, from even my gaze, and I prostrated. In which direction, I don't know, but and I said please give this to my parents, and he did eventually. From my experience, Islam is just chill. It's going to make your only concern and your whole state of being just one of complete relief and one of complete ease, and ease upon yourself and ease upon others.
So give me some parting advice.
Chill out.